Hi everybody, Cynthia here. I am back with my 13 Haunted Projects of Halloween series, and today we're on number 6, and I decided to make a coffin shaped card. So I used the sentiment, when witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween, because I absolutely love that. But this is how it turned out. This is what we're going to be making today. And I'll show you the materials that I used for it, and then we'll get started. So for my leaves, my gray leaf vines, I used this die set that I got. I purchased it on Amazon. You can just look up leaf branches, and I'm sure this will pop up. And then I also used this die set here for my sentiment, to cut out the sentiment, and then I used like a burnt orange cardstock for the back, and I got this at Hobby Lobby. And then for my roses, I used the Bitty Blossoms die set. I used the second largest size, and this is what they look like. I'm not sure if they sell these anymore, but there are similar die sets out there that you can make the rolled roses with, and I'll just show you how easy they are to put together really quick in case you've never worked with them. And then I also cut out on my Cricut these creepy hands, and that I used from the Cricut cartridge Happy Hauntings. And it's actually a really small image on top of one of the frames. So I'm pretty sure it's in like the layer 2 category, but you can check it out. And if you don't have this, it's okay. I mean, you don't have to add it. The card would look just as cute with the flowers and stuff without it, but I just kind of like the creepy hand with it, so I decided to cut that out. And then, let's see, what else did I use? The moon I have in the background here, and the sentiment came from the full moon stamp set, and this stamp set I got at Paper Tray Inc. And then the sentiment that I used on the inside, the Happy Halloween and the spider, came from this Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo stamp set here. Happy Halloween and the little spider. And that is All Hallows Eve stamp set. So let me set this stuff aside and we'll get started. Okay, let's set this up here. I haven't actually tested if it'll stand. I guess I should have done that. There we go, it does stand good. Okay, so what you're going to need for the base is a sheet that measures 4 1/4 by 11. So this is like your basic A2 size sheet. So you'll be able to get 2 card bases out of one sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock. And then all you're going to do is fold it in half. To create your card base. Okay, flips up like that. And then you want to get your cutter out. This is probably the hardest part of the entire card. But it's actually pretty easy. I did a few of them. And I really like this size, so. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to line up. You want the flat part to be at the bottom and the fold part to be at the top. So you're going to line up your right hand corner at the 1/2 inch mark on the opposite side of your cut line. So take the right hand corner to the 1/2 inch there. And then the bottom right hand corner is going to go on your 1 inch cut line here. So bottom right, 1 inch, top right, go past your cut line to the 1/2 inch mark. And then you're going to cut. You're going to do that to the opposite side as well. Top right hand corner to the 1/2 inch, past your cut line. Bottom right hand corner on your 1 inch. And cut. So now you have the basic shape of the top. Now what we're going to do is, if you see there's a corner here and a corner on this side, you're going to take this corner here and you're going to line it up on your cut line. Okay, so this corner on your cut line, and this bottom right hand piece, you're going to go past your cut line and go all the way over to the 1 inch. So 1 inch past your cut line, and this corner here on the cut line itself. Close your flap and make your cut. And I'm going to do it again on the other side. This corner you see right here, you're going to line up exactly on your cut line. You're going to take this bottom right hand corner, go past your cut line till you hit the 1 inch mark over here. Make sure you line it up really well. Close your flap and cut. Okay, so now you have your basic coffin shape for your card. Now we're going to cut the base, or the first mat. These are the same exact sizes. The white mat on the outside is the same exact size as the white mat on the inside. So we're going to cut those at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And you're going to line this up the same exact way you just did your coffin base. Top right hand corner goes to the 1/2 inch. Bottom right hand corner goes to the 1 inch. Make your cut. And then that corner piece here on the bottom that we just cut, that's going to go on your cut line. The bottom right hand corner is going to slide over the cut line to the 1 inch. Close it. Cut. Same thing. Top right hand corner goes to the 1/2 inch. Bottom right to the 1 inch. And cut. Aim this corner on the cut line, and this one goes to the 1 inch past your cut line. Okay, so you're going to do that for your inside flap as well. I'm not going to do it to save time, since you already know the basic way of doing that. But this is our white mat that we're going to put on top. And you're going to do that to this one as well to get your inside mat. And then you can stamp or write any type of sentiment you want. So what I did was I took the top mat here and my spider web embossing folder, and I put it in, and we're going to run it through my Cuttlebug here, and I'm using my A plate and my 2 B plates to make my sandwich. Put that away. Sorry if I bumped my table. And take it out. And then I just went with my Tim Holtz Distress ink. And I inked up all the edges. And then real lightly, as gentle as you can, you just want to run your ink over the areas you just embossed to bring out all the webbing and kind of highlight it. Just be really gentle at first, because you only want to hit the embossed parts. Okay, so that's how that turned out. Got it on the right side here. I'm going to glue it. Okay, now it's ready to decorate. So I took these branches and I really liked this branch over here. So I'm just going to place that on, see where I like that. And let's see, I think I'm going to use this one on the bottom and then these two here. So I'm not even going to use this one, and this right here, I'm just going to trim that off. Okay. So all I did with my Distress ink is I just kind of went over and distressed the gray cardstock a little bit with it, just to add in some black coloring. Okay, so my leaves are ready. We're going to set those aside. And then I did stamp out a moon and I cut it out, but I wanted it to look a little distressed as well. So I just took my scissors very gently over the edge and I just kind of ran them over the whole thing just to kind of get that distressed look out of it. I'm just showing you how to do it with scissors because not everybody has distresser tools. I do have this one here. It's a Tim Holtz one, and you just kind of put it in and run it along. But you don't really need to buy those if you use your scissors. It's fine. Okay, so the edges are distressed. I'm going to go ahead and ink up the edges. And I've already stamped out my sentiment. So I'm going to try to figure out how I want to line this up here. Can't decide. Maybe yeah, I kind of like that. That looks kind of cute. So I already have foam tape on the back of this. I'm just going to peel it off. And I think I'll put it right about there. And I'm going to add some extra glue to the back here where the moon is. And Oh, went over too far there. There we go. Set it right about there. And then I took these branches that I have colored up. Whoop. Just flung that to nowhere. And I kind of wanted some of my branches to sit on top of this sentiment there. Okay, just lined them up there. And then this bottom piece, I want to hang off the card a little bit on this side. Go right about there. And then I've already made a bow. I made a double bow with some I can't think of this ribbon right now. It's gonna come to me. I know everybody's probably saying, screaming the name of it, but I made a double bow here, and I'm just gonna set that right there at the bottom. Why can't I think of the name of this? Does that ever happen to you guys? Can't quite get the name of things in your head. Okay, so let me get out the skull hand, or the creepy hand, whatever you want to call it. And it's just black cardstock right now, but I kind of want to distress that too. So I'm just using some white Stays-On ink. And let me get out a piece of paper. I don't like to ink directly on my mat with this. And I'm just gonna kind of run some white ink over it. I think it makes it look a little creepier. I'm gonna think of the name of that when we get off camera. And then I'll be too late, but I think we, oh, seam binding. There we go. Woohoo! I remembered. Okay, get our card out here. And I'm just going to take this bottom portion off of the card. It's not going to show, so it's not necessary for me to keep it on there. I'm just going to add some glue. And kind of slide that in under the leaves. I hate when you're trying to think of something and I just kind of raised the hand up a little. And it won't come to you, you know, you're kind of bogging your brain. Okay, so these are how my roses turned out from this cut here, the Bitty Blossoms. And I'm just going to show you really quick how to put one together just in case you've never worked with them. I used my round nose pliers and just kind of grab this edge here. You're going to want to start. And I just keep wrapping it around until I get a pretty good base that I can grab. Pull it off. Kind of pinch it on the top and bottom, and I just keep rolling it. That's basically all you do with these, is you roll them up. I just tend to use my pliers to get it started because they're kind of small to work with. Sometimes you need a little help. And you want to roll them up and fold this little round circle flap back. This is the part you want to be careful with. Add a little bit of hot glue to that bottom base there of the rose, and then close your flap right down on it and just kind of press it. Okay, so that's what they look like when they're just rolled. So I take my pliers once again and I go in and I just roll out some of the leaves. but you can see how fast they go together. And I love crafting with roses, and sometimes I just do not want to get all those 5-petal punches out and roll them and do all that. And that's how they turn out. Super cute, very easy to put together. And let's see, I want to take these 2 leaves, put them in first, kind of glue them right in there. And I only glue them at the base so that the leaves kind of stay up a little bit and look dimensional. So I'm going to add my black one there. I think I'll put my orange one right above the center of my bow. A little bit of hot glue. Put the black one next to it. Kind of smush them in there. Get another orange one. And pop that next to that. And then up here in this area, I'm going to put another black one. And then I'm going to add another black one right in this area where the bow is. Kind of spread that bow out. And then I went in with some Studio G glitter glue. I'm using orange, and like, this isn't exactly black. It's kind of like that steel color. And I'm going to add a dot here of orange and one here. And then in between that, I'll add some of the dark gray steel color. And then all I did for the roses is just kind of real gently and lightly go around my roses on the tops. I don't squirt out too much, just a little bit here and there, some in the center. Same thing with the orange. And then you're going to want to let them dry. And this part takes a little bit longer to dry, so definitely set it somewhere you're not going to knock into it. And that's it, guys. Let me see if this one's dry. Because, yes it is, because I made an A2 size envelope just to show you that even though it's dimensional, it will fit inside an A2 size envelope. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's our coffin shaped card. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Take care and happy crafting.